Yeah, you're welcome to the stream. So let's go straight into it. Now, the Nigerian Super Eagles absolutely mauled and destroyed Benin Republic 3-0 victory at the Uyo Stadium. But now, what we want to see is, can they back it up? Can the Super Eagles of Nigeria go into Kigali and beat Rwanda to get 6 points from a possible 6 points? You know, see how, if you watch the last stream, you would have seen how Nigerian fans were excited, ecstatic, very happy about the victory and performances. We're happy about most of the performances of most of the players, in the game versus Benin Republic. So standing performances, although we had one or two changes and one or two not so decent performances, but overall everyone played well. And then Victor Osimhen took his goal very well. Ademola Lookman with his 2 goals. So for me, those two players are wonderful players. And then also we were sort of shocked, at least I was shocked by Augustine Eguavon's decision to go with his choice of formation, because I was expecting that he would go with a 4-2-2-2 formation like he used during the Nations Cup, would I say 4 years ago, the Nations Cup 4 years ago, the formation he used. I thought that was what he was going to use going into the season, going into this tournament, these qualifying games, but he chose a different style, 3-4-3, very, very attacking, because Jose Pesero had come with his own style, 3 at the back, but was more defensive, more compact than the flamboyant style, the aggressive attacking style that Eguavon has chosen to go for. But for me, as you see when I come up with my predicted lineup, there's one change I've made in the midfield. Some may like it, some may not like it, but I think that would serve the team very well. But one thing is important for us to know, there are 2 players that must start. So the game is slated for 2 p.m. Kigali, I think that's 2 p.m. Nigerian time as well. Keep your eyes peeled, get ready for that for that game, and hopefully we can come away with the victory in that game. So now for me, Ademola Lookman must start. He's proving himself to be, someone that's undroppable right now. Look at the goals he scored in the Nations Cup. Look at how he took his 2 goals. His overall play has been very, very good, and his link-up play with this man, Victor James Osimhen, has been wonderful. The way they both link up, they both are beginning to develop sort of a telepathic understanding. So it's good to have both of them on the pitch. And for me, Boniface is still a good striker. He's still a very, very good striker. What he's done for Bayer Leverkusen, what he still continues to do for Bayer Leverkusen is outstanding. But for me, when it comes to someone who perform immediately, I think Victor Osimhen needs to be on the pitch. And not just for his goals, brilliant goals alone, but for the leadership he brings to the pitch and his pressing of the ball. Like once he came on the pitch against Benin Republic, you could see the pressure on the defense, on the opposition defense, was completely different. They were uneasy once he was on the pitch, and we had his chance, and he took his chances. African football will humble you if you play with your food. In African football, you play with your food, someone else will snatch your plate. That's just it. You joke around, you end up losing a game that you should ordinarily win. So for me, Victor Osimhen should start. So if we start like a house on fire, have scored 2 goals quickly, and then maybe by the end of the first half, we're 3 goals up, then the tie is sealed, then you can begin to make changes. Because one thing you know for sure is the Rwandan team will be compact. They'll try to be difficult to break down. And even when you break them down, it will be even more difficult to score. So for me, Victor Osimhen must start no matter what. And I think Augustine Eguavon does share this opinion with me. So let's have a listen to what he said during his press conference rather.
As a football, different formation, different system. So whatever formation or system Rwanda comes up with up tomorrow, we have the personnel to deal with it. Our country is full of expectations. It doesn't matter who we play. They expect us to win. We've come here, like I said, and he also alluded to that. We play people with respect, but we'll get results. They respect us. We do respect them also. We'll play people always with utmost respect. You don't look down on people these days because football has really improved. So when you joke with it, you can get shocked. But we'll be on our feet. Remember, any country that is playing against Nigeria, they always try to do what? Raise their game. So we'll have to be ready as well.
Yeah, and that's true. Any team that plays against Nigeria always lifts their game high. They always raise their game, because they want to beat the best. When you're playing, just like if Nigeria is playing against Spain, we'll have to raise our game. So if any team that wants to play against Nigeria, they always raise their game. That's for sure, 100%. You don't look down on any team because it's still 11v11. You don't look down on any team. You take the game seriously, and that's why I say you must start with your best players. You must start with your Siemens. You must start with your Lookmans. Start with your best players and try to see off the game, if possible, by the end of the first half. You score 2 goals, 3 goals, and the game is dead and buried. So, and it's important to know that so whatever style they come with, Nigeria has the players, to cope with them, to destroy them, like I put in the title. So, but it's just the mindset of the players. When you go onto the pitch, you have to be, on it and take it very, very seriously and put pressure on the opposition team. Now, when we're talking about the team, this is my sort of, I wouldn't quite say it's a predicted lineup, but this is the kind of lineup I would love to see going into the game. So for me, I've gone with the back three, that Guavon has chosen to go with. And I've gone with the four-man midfield with 2 wing backs and 3 forwards. But for me, I've decided that Fisayo Dele Bashiru should start in that midfield alongside Wilfred Ndidi. Now, Alex Iwobi doesn't start for me because, like you saw in the game versus Benin, he was good for the first few minutes, but after a while, he faded out. Because when you're playing with a 2-man midfield, it requires a lot of energy, a lot of running, a lot of box to box work. And Alex Iwobi just seems to fade out in those sort of games. So for me, Fisayo Dele Bashiru, I think he has that energy, plus he has quality on the ball. He can strike the ball very well, has an eye for a pass. So I think that's why you have him in there. And then in the midfield as well, you want to have Ndidi. Because I think Ndidi, is an experienced head. You want to have experience in that midfield. I think after playing under Enzo Maresca at Leicester, his sort of passing range has improved, and so I'll have him there. And then on the left back or left wing positional role, I'll have Bruno Yemachi because he was outstanding in the game versus Benin Republic. And like I said, it was so unfortunate that he wasn't able to make it or have any minutes in the last AFCON, under Jose Pesero. But now I think this role suits him very, very well. So I'll have him in there. And he has the energy to go box to box because that's the thing about a wing back. When you're playing as a wing back, you need that energy to go box to box. It's not just about the pace anymore. And then Ola Aina speaks for himself, right wing back, excellent energy to go box to box, can play 120 minutes if needed. So good to have him there. And then Chukwueze, I always criticize Chukwueze, but fair dues to him, he was very good against Benin. Hopefully, he builds on that form going into the game versus Rwanda. So have him in there. And on the other side, have Ademola Lookman, Ballon d'Or nominee, and carry that form from last season into these international fixtures. Got his 2 goals. So I have him there. And then Victor James Osimhen, he has to start. He has to start. He's better than Victor Boniface. Like I said, Victor Boniface is an astounding player, very good player. But for me, Osimhen has to start. Victor Osimhen has to start. There's no if, buts, or maybes, or maybe we give Boniface a chance, maybe we give Ian a chance. No. Victor Osimhen starts, and hopefully we can see off the game. And then for me, I know this is based on the players we have in the squad. So that's fine. Semi Ajayi can be there for now. And then Calvin Bassey, I think He's good, and I think he really shone in the last AFCON tournament when he played that left centre back. William Troost Ekong really did well as well and showed that leadership that was missing, in the World Cup qualifiers against Benin. So he starts, but Semi Ajayi, he is good, but when it comes to playing a back three, you need the left-sided centre back and the side and the left centre back as well to be mobile, to be people that can drop into midfield. Now they're more like your fullbacks, while the central centre back is more of a sweeper. So for me, Semi Ajayi for now should be in there. But I've spoken about this guy a lot. Go watch his videos, go watch the league games of Slavia Prague, and you see Ugu, IGOH, OGBU. Check him out. He is the perfect defender for this formation. He energy, power, passing range, pace, he has it all to play in that position. He's kind of like Nigeria's own version of Antonio Rudiger. So you can imagine that's the kind of player that will make a huge difference in this team. And for the midfield, while it's okay to go in this way against Rwanda, but for the next set of Nations Cup qualifying games, next set of World Cup qualifying games, Ebenezer Kinsemero that plays for Sampdoria needs to be invited ASAP. Needs to be invited ASAP to this team, to be part of this squad. Because football is not just the 11, it's about your entire squad. And as well as Leslie Ugochukwu, I know he's played the Olympics for France, but he's still eligible to play for Nigeria. He's still eligible to switch. You need to get that guy, get him on board. In addition to Frank Onyeka and Rafael Onyedika. These are people we need in this midfield, because if you're choosing to play this 3-4-3 with two in the middle, those two have to be not only technically sound, but super athletes, can go coast to coast, two-way. And that's one thing. I'm not trying to call him out, but he will be nah. He can't cope in there, in my opinion. He can't cope in there. Let me know what your thoughts are, your thoughts and opinions are. If you're next, the link, I've put up the link there. You can click on it and join in the chat. But these are my thoughts on the starting lineup. Let me know who you would like to start and who do you think should be dropped even off this list. Or do you even think Augustine Gavon should even change his formation completely and go to 4-4-2 or an outright 4-3-3 as opposed to this? Now, while you're here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and click the notification bell as well. And I want to show you this. This is something you should expect on this channel. It will be coming very soon. I'm working on logistics for the video, and that is Next Gen NAIJA. Yeah, so that's Next Gen NAIJA. Basically, on that program, I'll be talking about unseen talents, players who can contribute to the Super Eagles, players that need to get minutes, maybe not 45 minutes, 90 minutes, but can contribute 20 minutes, and you bed them in One thing you don't want is you don't want your team to get old and to get old together, where everyone is in their 30s at the same time. You need to start to bed in your players. Players like James, like Jude Sunday, and Emmanuel Uchebu that play for AS Tresen in the Slovakian league. These are players that can contribute. So I'm not saying they come in and be first team players immediately, but these are players that can contribute to the team. People like Chrysanthus Uche that plays for Getafe. These are players that can also contribute, to the team. So what you want to do is you want to bed them in slowly. Right now, you don't super need them, but you need them for future purposes. So you bring them in gradually, give them 5 minutes, give them 10 minutes. Look at what Brazil has done with Estavario. They've given him minutes. So that's what that show will be focused on. So subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you'll be notified when I put up any video and when the first episode of Next Gen NAIJA would be coming up. So, what do you think about the lineup? Let me put this up again. What do you think about this lineup? Let me know in the chat over there. What do you think about the lineup? And for me, the goalkeeper still remains Stanley Wabali. Because I think Stanley Wabali, he has proven himself. He proved himself in the AFCON. He proved himself as well in the other games we played prior to this one. For me, if it's not broken, don't change it. Maduka Okoye is a decent, very, very good goalkeeper. Has had a very good season for Udinese. So it wouldn't be it wouldn't be the worst in the world to see him start for the Super Eagles. But in my opinion, I think Stanley Wabali, despite the fact he played for Chippa United in South Africa, he's still proven himself that he's a very capable goalkeeper. I think he saved, though it wasn't under that much pressure against Benin Republic, but he saved everything that came his way. All the shots, all the attempts on goal came his way. He saved them. So for me, he should start, except injury. Hopefully that does not happen. So what do you think about starting lineup? Or do you have an alternative starting lineup you would like to go with? So let me know. And then for your score predictions, let me know your score predictions. What do you think the score will be? Are you expecting another 3-0 destruction or demolition job, on Rwanda? Is that what you're expecting? You're expecting Nigeria to destroy Rwanda? So for me, I'm thinking, what I'm looking at is a 2-0 win, a decent 2-0 win, and of course, I'll keep it safe and say I'll go with Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman to get the goals. So that's what I will be looking at. Just to say, if you haven't seen this video, it's now up on the channel. Mikel Obi gives his opinion with respect to the transfer of Victor Osimhen that failed to happen to Chelsea. So you can watch that video. I gave my own opinion on the matters as well. So you can check out the video. It's up on the channel already. But while you're here, so what do you think is going to happen with that match? And what do you think as well, what can be done to improve the team going forward? Because while we've had a very good performance against Benin Republic, and hopefully tomorrow, 2 p.m., have another good performance against Rwanda, what do you think can be done to improve the team? Now, this is the $1 million question. Has Eguavoen done enough to have the job? Has he done enough to have that job, to say he's now the permanent coach for the Super Eagles? Has he done enough? For me, I think he's done well. He's done well. Absolutely smashed and slapped, Benin Republic. But I don't think he's done enough yet to be given the job. For me, if he continues to win 3-4 more games like this, then maybe that's the option. So for me, he hasn't done enough. I think he has to prove himself in more games and going forward. So let me know, what do you think can be done to improve the team? For me, I say players like Jude Sunday. Jude Sunday is a special talent. Watch out for that player. He's someone that can play on the right, play on the left. Watch out for that player, because tournaments, AFCONs, World Cup qualifiers, AFCON qualifiers, you win them with your squad, not by your 11. You win them with your squad, so you're able, to tweak and make changes, and then you can rest players as well. And that's one thing that caused Nigeria, to lose that final, because everyone was so exhausted. Everyone was super exhausted, especially Victor Osimhen against Cameroon. He ran himself into the ground and was so tired. And he got to the final. Everyone was gassed out. So, what are your thoughts on this? And let me know your score prediction and let's know. At this point, we've come to the end of the video. Thanks for all of you who've watched with it up to this point, and I'll see you on yet another video. So, you have a splendid rest of your day. Bye bye.